Welcome to another episode of Judge for Yourself. Since we became a constitutional democracy, one of the questions which has really been pressing, particularly within the issue of the legal community, is transformation. Transformation of the legal profession and obviously transformation of the bench. The one may well be guided by constitutional injunctions. The other, in particular that is the profession, is not necessarily a constitutional question, but is absolutely vital to what kind of legal community are we going to have for a transformed democratic South Africa. There's a lot of debate about this. Hopefully this evening we can reduce the steam and increase the light. In our Cape Town studios we are joined by Advocate Paul Hoffman from the Institute for Accountability in Southern Africa, Luvuyo Godla, who is of the Black Lawyers Association in the Western Cape. In Johannesburg, we have Lucky Thekiso from the Higher Education Transformation Network. Now, before I put a question to you, Paul, I want to play this clip, which gives us a context.
Merit does count, but it is not all about merit. Transformation is just as important to avoid a situation that former President Nelson Mandela complained about. I think it was during the Rivonia trial, saying, "I feel like a black man in a white man's court."
That's a very powerful point that the Chief Justice makes, that we could not possibly have continued with a white male judiciary or a white male legal profession, that when he talks about transformation, it was an imperative to gain legitimacy. Yes. What's wrong with that?
No, I absolutely agree. We certainly can't, if we're going to have a legitimate judiciary in South Africa, we can't possibly continue with a pale male judiciary. That, I think that's a given. I don't think anybody even seriously argues about that anymore. The issue is the how to get there. And I think this is where we have lost our way.
Why do you say we've lost our way?
Because we're too busy trying to affirm outcomes instead of affirming opportunities.
Explain that.
The only way that you can get a properly transformed judiciary that is capable of functioning impartially, independently, and with integrity, those three I's that all judges need to have, is by improving and modifying the education system, the training system, the pupillage system, the system of candidate attorneys, what we used to call article clerks when I was a lot younger than I am now. All of that needs to be looked at rather carefully. We have this 4-year LLB, which is not working. We have a lack of opportunities for those who are disadvantaged to join this elite profession.
All right, I'm going to probe you on this, but I'd like to make sure that I get sort of statements from all my guests. So I wonder if I can ask you before I go to Lucky in Johannesburg. How do you respond to the Chief Justice's comment there?
Thank you, Judge. First and foremost, I would like first to just bring it to your attention that in as much as I come from a Black Lawyers Association, but any opinion that I will express here should not be construed as representing the ideas of Black Lawyers Association.
All right, well, I'm not going to work into what is what. I'm just interested. I have you here. I'd like to know what your view is.
My view, I think I would like to start by saying we are living in South Africa, which is crisscrossed by very brutal scars of the past. And that therefore, in order to address those divides, we definitely need to be in touch with our past, and then we will definitely be able, therefore, to embrace the future. There is no way that one can be able to appear in a court when it, in actual fact, is in South Africa, appear in a court where one would say, is this South Africa or is this Europe?
But how do you respond then to the question of merit?
My view, my personal
In other words,
view.
you're a lawyer. When you appear in a court, surely you want judges to be the best they possibly can.
Definitely.
I leave open what that means.
Definitely.
But I'm still asking you.
Definitely. In fact, when I appear in court, I definitely need to appear before a court that would definitely be able to deal with issues as they demand, and I would be comfortable to appear in court which I will have a trust in it. Where I will not be judged by color of my skin, but dealing with issues as they are.
All right, I want to give, Lucky, you've been sitting patiently. I just want to get your response to the Chief Justice's remark about what our imperative is in South Africa going forward.
Our view as the network is very clear that I think what Chief Justice said is correct. And we even go forward by saying we think that Section 1741 as well as Section 1742 of the Constitution are precisely there to try and remedy the situation. And I want to say that they are interlinked. Hence, the importance of us having to ensure that we have more black judges, in particular more black women. So I truly support that statement of Chief Justice.
All right, I'm going to come back to that, Lucky. I'm going to come back to all three of you. I need to take a break first, and then I want to probe these opening statements that you've made within the context.
News that moves. ENCA.com.